Hello and welcome to my channel. So in this video I'm going to do a reading for the month ahead for the Cancer personality for the month of August. So looking at main themes coming up, looking at breakthroughs, looking at things to look forward to and guidance to navigate the month ahead. So I've actually already pulled the cards, so I'm going to get straight into the main themes that we've got coming up for you this month. So first one we've got here, I'll show you them first. We've got Queen of Wands. So having a look at that, seeing what comes through for you intuitively. And then we have Six of Cups, Pleasure. And 10 of Discs, Wealth. So, really nice. Like some of my favourite cards in this top row. Pleasure, wealth, Queen of Wands, so Queen of Wands, first of all, really gives me an emphasis on creative energy this month. So focusing on your creativity, your passion, your drive, but in a kind of more feminine way. So just going after your desire, letting your desire lead the way. We also have pleasure here, so that really reinforces this idea of it being a lot around desire, a lot around focusing on what you enjoy. And I'm honestly getting a very feminine sort of energy with all of this, obviously with Queen of Wands, but pleasure as well. For some of you, there might be an emphasis on sexuality this month, because this card often speaks of in this particular deck anyway, it's the sun in Scorpio, and Scorpio is known for sexuality. So an emphasis on maybe for some of you it's there's going deeper into that side of things for you in some way, whether that's in the context of a relationship or maybe just learning more about it. And then for others it feels like it might be more sensual, so kind of focusing on what feels good and having that at the forefront of your actions. And then for some of you as well, there might be some new wealth coming in, could be in the form of new jobs, new income streams, just some form of abundance. So again, it might not be in the form of money but it very well could be. So pleasure and wealth, I'm that's nice, isn't it? Okay, so then we've also, it's a really nice reading actually. So we've got here also in the big breakthroughs, the sun. So a time to heal, or maybe you've been through some healing, you've done a lot of healing, and now you're seeing sort of what's the word, not rewards of that, but the I'm trying to think of the word. When you've done a lot of healing, you're now seeing the effects. That's it, the effects of that. And then just really being able to kind of enjoy yourself and just enjoy the sun as well. In the sort of northern hemisphere, it is summertime, so an emphasis on enjoying yourself again, with pleasure here. And the sun, it's all about enjoyment, so real focus on enjoying yourself. And Queen of Wands is very knowing what she wants and pursuing her creative energy and her creative flow is what I'm also getting as well, of just sort of being very going with her creative impulses. Okay, so something to look forward to. Here we have the Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords is things moving quickly. The Knight, if you look at the card, he's moving very fast, right? So again, it's maybe for some of you, you've been through some difficult stuff and things have maybe felt a bit slow, or you've been wanting things to kind of move on, and now you're seeing that happening in August. So it's if things have felt slow, it's things are going to be moving a bit faster for you now with the Knight of Swords here. Because I do think it's the Knight of Swords as an archetype is very moves quickly, it's hasty, sometimes to a fault. But yeah, with this being something to look forward to, it's it does feel like things have been maybe a little bit slower and you've wanted things to just I just want this to come now, and it's your manifestations are sort of moving a bit faster, but it feels like you need to tap into your pleasure more often, and like maybe even like, this is quite specific, but for some of you, starting the day with like, how do I want to feel today? What does pleasure look like for me today? How am I prioritizing self-care? Before anything else, like deciding that this is the most important thing for this month, like really prioritizing pleasure and self-care. Interesting. Okay, so then for the guidance, we have here the Prince of Discs. To me, this feels like just getting things in order. So like all of this cool stuff is coming for you. And now it's like, right, let's get stuff in order. Let's get things together. Sorry, some hair on my hand. Yeah, so getting things in order, getting ready for all this good stuff to come in. Maybe for some of you, getting some structures in place for all of this feminine energy, like so that the feminine can flourish and thrive. So getting some like order, so that you can actually really enjoy, like we need, like the feminine needs containment, so like creating systems and structures in place to allow for all of that to flourish. Ooh, this is nice. Okay, so yeah, it feels like a lot about surrendering as well this month, going with the flow. Okay, so I'm going to pull a few more cards now from the Moonology Oracle deck to get a little bit more guidance for Cancer personalities in the month of August. There's one, thank you. Oh, love this. Okay. More guidance for Cancer in August, please, for those watching. Okay, interesting. So first one we've got here is talk less, feel more. Yeah, it does. Again, it's this very intuitive energy that's coming through. We don't have the priestess here, which is like all about, you know, intuition. But with the queen and pleasure here, it's a very feminine influence, and the feminine is all about intuition. And it feels like, yeah, and obviously with it being last quarter moon in Pisces, Pisces is very watery, very sort of like in touch with their intuition. So yeah, there is something about like just trusting your feelings more. It's less about the head and more about like, how would it feel? Like, yeah, like we were saying before, it's like starting the day with, what do I feel like doing, or how do I want to feel? That's a nice practice as well, actually. I've been doing this practice for some time, where I ask myself, like, you know, how do I want to feel today? Like setting myself up for the day to feel a certain way, and like kind of priming myself, if you like. I find that to be really, really helpful, especially if I want to get into a more feminine kind of energy. And then we've got here, practice gratitude. So again, there's like this emphasis on getting into a higher vibrational state, and a really easy way to do that, or one of the ways you can do that, is by making a intentional gratitude practice if you're not already doing that. Again, I find this very helpful, especially when I feel like heavy and weighed down. It's like a really good thing to kind of pull me out of like any funks, just sort of like focus on actually what is going well, see the good, feel the good, write it down, and also try and like really feel how, again, it's this feeling. There's so much feeling this month for you, and you are Cancer as well, so you're familiar with that. But this sort of emphasis on like, you know, like there's a difference between like being like, oh, I'm grateful for my health, and you say that, but then when like you're like, I'm really grateful for how the sun feels on my skin, like it feels so good, like, and it feels so warm and it's so nourishing, and like there's a difference between those kind of types of gratitude. And I feel like it's about really embodying and feeling the truth of like what it is that you're grateful for, if that makes sense. Not just simply stating it like, oh, I'm grateful for my health, oh, I'm grateful for the sun, but like, okay, but connect to it on an embodied level. Okay, and then we've got Lighten Up, which again, which is Leo's card, last quarter moon in Leo. So it's just about, again, it's like this sort of sun energy. The sun is also like rules Leo. So there is something about focusing on just celebration, having fun, and not taking things too seriously, not getting too caught in like, yes, feel your feelings, but it's like there could be, the shadow side of that could be like, being too heavy in like, you're not getting too bogged down in it, and it's like, no, just like have more fun, lighten up, do things that are like playful. Like Leo really knows how, like playfulness, fun, being in the spotlight, and just like, I'm also like getting with Leo, like it's like being a character, like playing a role. Maybe there's something about just like stepping into a different like energy altogether of someone who is like, I don't know, I'm just getting this visual of somebody just trying on different outfits and like just trying something different, try something new, try something that you wouldn't normally do. Interesting guidance. All right, so that is the month of August for Cancer personalities. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments how that's resonating for you, and liking the video lets me know you're enjoying it as well. And if you haven't subscribed already, subscribing is the best way to get more content. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.